Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Ellie B. I'm here to give you guys a collective reading. If you feel called to stay, then you can stay. If you don't feel called to stay, you may leave. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Can I get my cards, please? Okay, it was 11:56 when I had stopped it, and then the timer had stopped at 1, 2, 3. 11:56 equals 111. Let me show you guys this spread. And then this little mini stack of cards, 151. Okay, so with the first card I heard that had came out, this is the card that when I was pulling cards for myself, this one came out, and I was like, this seems like for collective, and I pulled my card, and it was. This card talks about, it's the Ten of Swords in reverse. Talks about can't get any worse, only upward, recovery, and rejuvenation. Like the song, I got a feeling. Instead of being, because you're leaving behind old ways of thinking. Because we got the Nine of, both of these are in reverse. All your swords are in reverse. Ten of Swords, can't get any worse. And then you got the Nine of Swords, which talks about deep-seated fears and releasing worry. And then next to that, we have the Seven of Swords, which talks about rethinking and approach coming clean. Next to that, we have the Eight of Cups upright, which talks about disappointment, walking away, leaving behind. And then on top of this, we have the Three of Wands, which talks about preparation, progress, and foresight. This could be your foresight of me telling you like what's happening or what's like finna go down in your life, because you may see this and then you'd be like, you know what, I should leave this self-limiting thoughts behind, because why do I have to be worried when I know that it only gets better from here? You having that mindset, one, you're just having a connection with, like, everything is love at the end of the day. And so you having that connection with, like, not worrying and seeing the brighter things, is making you trust yourself and like trust like good things can happen for you. With this, the stars out here, but it's in reverse, which talks about lack of faith, insecurity, and disconnection. But really, it's like, because next to it, we have the Two of Cups out here. Two of Cups talks about unified love, partnership, connection. And so that's why I said it's not really like connection, like love connection, but it's still a connection with yourself, because you're learning how to trust yourself. And then we have the Empress under that, confirming that you know you're nurturing, being a good parent to yourself, as well as growth and elevation. You know you're taking action to your growth. We got the Hangman, but it's sideways. Upright talks about pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before. Deeper insight, sacrifice, change, and release. And then downwards. And so it being right here, like in the middle. Oh, this is kind of like you battling like yourself, like on this hand, because this way is like talking about things like what used to be. 5, 1, 6, which is 5, 5, which is change. It shooting this way is like, okay, you're at a standstill, really. Like, I know things are gonna get better, but like my reality is not showing that it's getting better. But I'm trying to have this trust, but I'm low-key losing faith. But somehow, some way, you're gonna see and view things differently, and that's gonna put you in this self-trust and this connection with yourself and making you more in your feminine energy, which is causing you to receive. Because then we have the King of Pentacles out here, which talks about wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. We have the Temperance card out here in reverse, and this just talks about self-healing and realignment. And so that's what you could be doing, because, you know, after not trusting yourself, you know, sometimes you have to do these things, aka spiritual healing and realignment, to understand like who you are, who you once was, and what you want to become now, and embody that energy, being this Empress energy of, you know, I can do this, and it does get better. Next to that, we have the Knight of Swords sideways. Upright talks about ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs. Reverse, it talks about restlessness, impulsive, no direction, unpredictable, disregard of consequences. To confirm it, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which also talks about self-care, conflict, self-centered, jealousy, smothering. So, with this being sideways, okay, so with it being sideways, upright talks about defending your beliefs and fast thinking. Oh. And then I asked for a confirmation card, which was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about independence, self-care, conflict, self-centered, jealousy. I feel like the last 3 words, conflict, self-centered, and jealousy, is like you're going to have conflict with somebody because you're choosing to care for yourself more. And caring for yourself more may make you seem self-centered, but really you're just making better choices. And you're like, sometimes people, why you don't go out no more? Like, you used to go out all the time. You used to be the whatever of the party. But you're learning, like, these things weren't really serving me. I was just doing these things out of whatever case may be. And so now you're making more balanced decisions. And some people don't like that because they can't benefit from it. And so these are also things that you're walking away from and leaving behind. Next to the Knight of Swords, we have the Sun, which talks about positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, and all is well, like the song. And then these stack of cards, you have the power to manifest anything you want, as well as having the self-confidence and knowing that, okay, your life, your future is in your hands. And regardless of these 207 and 81, which is both 9, completion, knowing that you have these things, you're going to bring in the world, because, you know, why should I have to keep settling and listening to you guys' decisions and doing all these things that are not really benefiting me, when I could be doing stuff that does benefit me, which starts with yourself first. And like I said, yourself, we got the Queen of Cups, which talks about compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuition, and caring. I can't make it up. Next, we got Knight of Pentacles, which talks about productivity, routine, conservation, you know, keeping your energy for yourself, not just giving it to everybody, as well as, you know, making balanced decision, responsibility. King of Wands, which talks about seeing a bigger picture, overcoming challenges. And then we got the 7 of Wands, which talks about maintaining control. And then celebration. So, celebration, collaboration, and community, and happiness. And so that's all the things you're going to get if you choose to, you know, have this self-healing and a realignment and figure out what's to stay and what's to leave. once you figure that out, you know, you're gonna have